5 weird or embarrassing things introverts do when they're alone. You might relate. Do you ever wonder what introverts do when they're alone? While introverts might seem quiet and reserved in social situations, they can have some quirky and even embarrassing habits when they're by themselves. If you're an introvert or know someone who is, chances are you'll find these weird behaviors relatable. Let's dive into 5 things introverts commonly do when no one's around. 1. Avoiding phone calls, even when they're expecting one. One of the most classic introvert habits is avoiding phone calls, even when they know it's coming and need to answer it. Picture this. Your phone rings, you stare at it for a few seconds, feel a wave of anxiety wash over you, and then you let it go to voicemail. Even if it's your best friend or someone you enjoy talking to, the idea of answering a call can feel overwhelming. Why do introverts do this? Well, phone calls can feel like an interruption to their personal space and energy. Talking on the phone requires quick thinking and social energy, which might feel draining. Instead, introverts often opt for texting. It's less pressure, and they can think about their responses before replying. The next time you send a "sorry, I missed your call" text 5 minutes after the phone stops ringing, know you're not alone. 2. Talking to themselves a lot. Introverts spend a lot of time in their own heads, and one of the things they do when alone is actually talk out loud to themselves. While it might sound strange to others, this habit helps introverts process their thoughts and feelings. Whether they're mentally working through a tough decision, replaying a conversation they had earlier, or simply narrating their daily tasks, talking to themselves is a way for introverts to gain clarity. In fact, they might even have full-blown conversations, asking themselves questions and responding as if someone else is there. This helps them prepare for future interactions or work through their inner thoughts more clearly. So, if you've ever caught yourself chatting away to an imaginary audience or debating with yourself while doing the dishes, you're not alone. It's just part of the introvert experience. 3. Talking to pets like they're humans. For introverts, pets aren't just companions, they're full-blown conversation partners. Introverts are known for having long, thoughtful talks with their pets, explaining everything from how their day went to what they should wear tomorrow. Since pets don't judge, interrupt, or demand much, introverts feel completely at ease sharing their thoughts and emotions with them. They'll ask their dog's opinion on what movie to watch or tell their cat about a tough work meeting, all while knowing they won't get an answer back. But wouldn't it be nice if they did? This habit may seem odd to others, but for introverts, it's a way of expressing themselves without the pressure of social interaction. Their pets become their most trusted confidants, especially after a long day of people-engagement. 4. Replaying past conversations and cringing. Introverts are known for their reflective nature, but sometimes that reflection can turn into self-criticism. One weird and embarrassing habit introverts have is replaying old conversations in their heads, often cringing at what they said or how they acted. Whether it was a casual chat with a friend or a brief interaction with a stranger, introverts tend to overanalyze these moments, thinking things like, "Why did I say that?" or "Did I sound awkward?" Even if the conversation went perfectly fine, they'll dwell on it for hours, imagining how they could have handled it differently. The reality is, most people probably don't even remember the conversation, but introverts will replay it in their minds, cringing at every little detail. This habit stems from their desire to make sure they didn't come off as awkward or rude, and it's a tough one to shake. If you catch yourself rehashing a random conversation from 3 months ago and cringing at your response, you're definitely not the only one. 5. Dancing like no one's watching because no one is. While introverts might not be the ones tearing up the dance floor at parties, they certainly know how to let loose when they're alone. One of the most surprising and fun things introverts do in private is break into spontaneous dance routines. Whether it's in the kitchen while making dinner, in the shower, or while getting ready in the morning, introverts will often dance like nobody's watching because, well, no one is. They might not feel comfortable dancing in public, but when their favorite song comes on and no one's around, they'll go all out, busting moves that they would never show in front of others. It's their way of unwinding and having fun without any pressure or judgment. Conclusion: these quirky and sometimes embarrassing habits are just part of the introvert lifestyle. When introverts are alone, they let their true personalities shine, doing things that might seem strange to others but are completely normal to them. Whether it's dodging phone calls, chatting with pets, or dancing like no one's watching, introverts have their own unique ways of navigating life. If you can relate to any of these points or know someone who does, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We've got more relatable content coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. What's that weird and embarrassing thing you do alone as an introvert? Share it in the comments, because you are not alone.